Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live, and no, you are not seeing things. And unless you've been under a rock, you watched Arsenal absolutely tear Liverpool apart. And yes, they did. Liverpool got a couple of lucky goals, but overall, Arsenal were absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Yes, Liverpool had patches, but this is Liverpool. People are forgetting this is Liverpool. Some of the comments I'm seeing from people out there, they're acting like this Liverpool team is a different team to last season. They're acting like this is not a top team. Do not come at me with any sort of nonsense about this team is in poor form. This is Liverpool, the team that were 1 point behind Man City last season, the team that were very close to pipping Man City the season before, the team that have won Champions League, Premier League, and have been up there with the best teams on the planet for the last 5 seasons. So do not underplay this. Arsenal 3, Liverpool 2. How does that sound? Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Liverpool fans, and anyone else out there. Welcome, Steve. How you feeling?
Mate, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm like, this is like going back to my days when I had my season ticket at Highbury in the East Stand. I'm sitting there, I'm in my own, missus is at work. I'm like a child. I'm swearing, I'm jumping around, I'm screaming at the telly. If you was a fly on the wall, people out there, you'll see me. But, mate, absolutely incredible again today. It's just, we'll get more into it, when we get into the post-match. But I'm just so proud of this team. I'm just seeing it week in, week out now. I mean, Gary Neville got it right. He said, "This is the new Liverpool." Liverpool used to be the team who were the Arsenal, and Arsenal were the Liverpool. 14 points. 14 points now in front of the team, that was Champions League winners, title winners. And look, they still had a great side, but we marked their cars today. We were brilliant, mate. We were absolutely brilliant.
No, we definitely were.
The voice.
Yeah. I completely understand, Steve. I feel like mine's going to be going soon as well. We will dig in deeper on this for many days, weeks, and months to come. But right now, let's get to the player ratings.
Johnny boy!
Who we got in there? Oh, yeah. Nice to see you, Johnny. Good to see you. Everyone who's in the comment section, anyone who's watching live right now, come and join us. Come and get in the comment section. Let us know who your man of the match was. Let us know your player ratings. Get him in there first as well before we do.
Yeah, come on.
First and foremost, Steve, Aaron Ramsdale in goal today. Looked like he got injured. There was a bit of a worry, looking like he got injured. That Turner was starting to warm up, but he held out.
Yeah, that was worrying, wasn't it? No, when he went down, I thought, did you need to come out? But yeah, just I don't know. He obviously wasn't a problem for him, and yeah, Ramsdale, fantastic. I thought in the first, especially the first half, his kicking was a little bit off, but he ended up making a couple of good saves. He needed to be because Liverpool was dangerous, especially in the first half, but. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with Johnny there. I mean, I'll give him a 7.
So with a 7 today from Steve and Johnny. Let's get your score up there, Johnny. Tomiyasu at left back, a bit of a surprise for some people. Well, for most people actually. Tomiyasu coming in for Kieran instead of Tierney with Zinchenko out.
Mate, I thought he was outstanding. I don't know what everybody else thought. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I thought he left off where in the middle of the week when we played Bodas Glimt, because I thought he was absolutely outstanding in that game as well. And I think that's probably give the Arteta the nod for him to start today in front of Tierney. But yeah, I thought he was excellent. I thought, I don't think they got a tune. They didn't get a tune out of him. I thought he had marked the cards, Jota and Salah. I mean, who was he was marking Jota, wasn't he? I think at one, on the east side. We never got we never see him. We never see him.
Jota usually gets the better of us, and today he got subbed off.
No, I thought Tomiyasu was excellent. I really did. I thought you know, in every aspect. You know, he's defending, his movement, he's passing the ball, he's great in the air, and he's dangerous coming forward. I'll give Tommy an 8 today. I thought he was that good. I thought he was really good today, Tommy.
Tommy Asu for an 8. Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. Flashing up.
What's going on? It's bugging out. It won't let me delete. Won't let me delete the number.
He's trying to
keep that 7, and I don't think he's getting it. Go on, there we go.
I'm afraid you ain't, mate. I'm afraid.
Yeah, he's possessed. He's put a curse on me. All right, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
He's doing some Jedi mind tricks from the Emirates change room at the minute to try and get his score up a little bit. No, but to be fair to him, look, quite a poor first half. I thought he was he looks a bit off the pace. I thought for the goal, I thought he could have shifted his feet a bit more instead of he ended up with his back to play. Hence he had to stretch. I thought he should have just kept his eye on the ball, you know, backs a little bit. I felt he could have done that. Instead he's ended up out of position and he's basically flicked onto Liverpool player. But he was much better in the second half, you know, a lot better in the second half. So, yeah, I'm going to give Gabriel a 6 today.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Gabriel 6. William Saliba.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. I've seen better games. I've seen better games from Saliba, but Liverpool are dangerous. You know, you have to keep your wits about them. And again, you know, without sort of repeating myself, I thought they were very good the first half, Liverpool, especially after we scored. So, and they did put us under a lot of pressure, and the centre backs were, you know, caught a couple of times, and you know we big up Saliba a lot, but he's again second half absolutely, you know, a lot better. We started to see the old Saliba that we've seen for the season, in that second half he was, you know, pinging it and passing it, and yeah, like I said, he's got a lot of confidence, the boy, and he showed that again in that second half when we needed him to be strong, he was strong. So for a young man, that's great to see going forward. So I'm going to give William. They were probably both on 5s at the beginning of the first half. I was a little bit worried, but I'm going to give William a 7 in the end. I thought he had an excellent second half.
All right, 7. Benjamin White.
I thought he had another really good game, Kiz. I really thought he did have another good game. You know, the overlapping, the defending. I thought he was excellent. He was getting down the lines. If we can get his crossing, you know, on point. I mean, I know he has done a couple of good crosses, like especially last week. You know, especially for Jesus' goal. But you know, 3 or 4 times now he's getting down that line. He seems to be getting that little bit more pace, and he was causing Liverpool problems. It was, you know, all game long. Yeah, I'll give Ben another good mark. I'll give him a 7.
7 for Ben White. I thought Ben White was excellent today. He's bombing up and down that wing, overlapping with Saka, cutbacks. He's playing with a different confidence, I think, today, and to play that the way he did against Liverpool as well. Is a massive glowing endorsement, especially with Diaz down that wing as well. Jota came off early. And they were chopping and changing. Núñez was dropping out wide, and it just didn't get anything from Tommy Asu or Ben White. And yeah, I thought they were absolutely brilliant, both of them. Thomas Partey.
I nearly swore it. Mate, I thought he was brilliant.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
I thought he was absolutely outstanding, mate. He never got a mention in the game. from
He didn't, did he?
co-commentators, from the commentators. And I'm watching him, and I'm when especially Arsenal, like all football really, but especially Arsenal. I really watch and to see what they do on the ball when they get their ball. This guy's incredible. This guy's incredible. From where he's come, Kieran, from last season when we was, saying that what's going on, I'm a bit worried here, or especially me. Where's the party of thingy? You're giving balls away, you're doing this, you're doing that, looking slow. Wow, what a transformation! Again, this last few games, absolutely an incredible performance. I'll go that far. His way he was spraying balls, across the pitch from left to right. He's just so assured on the ball. Carl, when he's in that midfield, I know we was caused a lot of problems in the first half in that midfield from Liverpool, but what I think what was the reason for that, and I'll come to that in a bit. But he was on it. I mean, probably you've got something to say on him, but mate, I'm going a 9 because I honestly think he was I don't think he put a foot wrong. He was incredible.
It's
fantastic.
It's a bit like I was watching him in the Tottenham game, and I was thinking then, and although he got a little bit of credit, I was just like, there's not enough credit going to Thomas Partey here. Not only was he just breaking up the play,
they don't see it.
The balls that he was playing in, they weren't just like a little 2-yard pass. He was wrapping the balls past 2 or 3 of their opposition, and he was breaking up. He was opening up the game for us. He's not just a normal defensive midfielder, and he's not been playing like that recently. He's been playing as a I don't know. He's got a little bit more to his game, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant today. He just bossed the middle. Did you see Henderson do anything today? Did you see any of their midfielders do anything today? Alcantara popped in the game for about 5 minutes.
Because I see Henderson moan his ass off for the old match. That's about all I see Henderson do.
Because he was frustrated. He was frustrated.
Yeah,
he was frustrated, and that's the most bite I've seen in Henderson in about 6 months. So obviously we sparked something in him today.
Because there's new kings around.
Thomas Partey, I thought Thomas Partey was absolutely brilliant today. Let's go to a couple of comments in. I see a couple of good ones. It's been a fantastic October until now, and hope it continues. New to the show, press that like and subscribe. And I think I saw Stephen say something. He said, "Guys, it looks like we're all on that Charlie Sheen Tiger blood." Yes, we are, mate. Winning. Yeah, we are. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, a game of 2 halves for me for Granit today. And I think there was a reason for that. I think the first half he was a little bit, sort of wasn't showing himself around. He was a little bit, obscure in the game. He was just overall a bit quiet. And I had a look, and it seemed to me that he was playing too deep. It seemed like he'd gone back to the Granit Xhaka of we was playing the double pivot, where they would both.
You think that was him overthinking it and trying to be a bit more defensive minded, or do you think that would have been Arteta?
This is. I think it's probably more Arteta because it seemed to be right from the off, and it seemed to be right from the beginning that and it went on all through that first half. He was sort of never really got going to the Granit Xhaka that we'd seen. Over for the last season a bit, that type of, offensive Granit Xhaka. But saying that, second half, and this is the reason why I think it was Arteta, he totally changed his position, and he was then further forward, right from the whistle of the second half, and all of a sudden he's back to the Granit Xhaka we've been seeing, especially from the start of the season, where he's flicking balls over people's heads. He's playing passes through to the forwards. He's in that final third of the pitch a lot, which he wasn't doing that at all in the first half. So quite first half, excellent, very good second half, and unlucky not to score. I'd love to chip over the guy's head and the volley was unlucky. I give Granite in the end a 7.
7. Look, I said out loud, if he scores this, because I just see it flick over his head. If he scores this, I'm getting a Granit Xhaka tattoo. And do you know what? He done me a favour because I don't want to get anyone's name printed on me. But if he would have scored that, I'd be still running around the block now, mate. Because I was watching it, I was like, no way! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! My voice, I think my vocal cords would have exploded.
Do you know who that was? That was like the Gascoigne goal. You know the Gascoigne when we chipped it over.
Yeah. We can't have Granit Xhaka scoring Gascoigne goals yet. People are going to think we're taking the mick. Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, I mean, look, very, very, very good. I think he was maybe at fault. He gave the ball away for one of Liverpool's. I think it might have been the first goal where he lost control of it a little bit. But again, it was another good performance from Martin. You know, a fantastic ball through to Martinelli for the goal. You know, lovely, cutting pass, which we used to see him from Martin Odegaard. He played well. He did well. It was good to have him back. I'll give Martin a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7 as well. I've seen him play better though. It's probably a lower 7 than Xhaka's, but I still a 7.
I enjoyed Odegaard's performance today because I thought he was a bit more industrious. I thought he was a bit more. He had excellent work rate. He was just about. He wasn't maybe at his creative best, but I felt with the way the game was going, the manner that the game was in terms of, look, we had Martinelli on one side, we had Saka on the other side, we had Jesus on the other side up front. I thought that Martin Odegaard's performance was in line with the way they were playing. Everything was paced, everything was energy. There wasn't really much room for too much creativity. It was like we were very direct today, which is why I think we blitzed Liverpool. They could not handle us. They couldn't handle our pace. They couldn't handle our power. And I thought it was for me. It was like a captain's performance today from Odegaard. I was, although it wasn't his slick best, I was still very impressed with what he did on the pitch. Bukayo Saka win with 2 goals today. Yeah,
I mean you got to give him a big round of applause today, Saka. I thought he caused problems all day long. I thought when he got the ball, there was a couple of moments in the first half, because the second half, I mean, Liverpool did score their goal, but really they wasn't in the game the second half, was they? There was only one team in there. There was only one team that's going to win it, although you don't really know that at the time when you're watching it. But I thought he was great. I thought he was brilliant. excellent for the goal. Great cross. Stretched out, as I think Paul Merson said in the half-time break. People think they're easy. They're not easy. You've got to be in the right position to score them goals. And he was there and he tapped it in. And so that big up to him for that. But he caused problems on the right-hand side as well, running at players, playing 1-2s with Ben White. I see that quite a number of times. They're getting a good little partnership over there between the two of them. And that's good. And that's good to see. With Martin Odegaard sort of joining in. In their little love triangle, if you like, with the three of them again. But I thought he was great today. Very close to a 9. And again, fantastic penalty. Fantastic. It's not far from 9. I'm going to give. Started not to give him a 9. He scored 2 goals. I'm going to give him a 9. That was a pressure penalty because, that was a big penalty.
Yeah, I felt sick when he was walking up to that.
I thought I did. What was you thinking when he was walking up though? Because I was thinking why is
Jesus not taking this? Where's Jesus? What's going on?
Because you think, we've mentioned Saka and he's shooting like a number of occasions, haven't we? When we just said it needs to be better.
But to be fair to him, he's not missed since he took that first one. I think it's against Man United. Is it against Man United? I can't remember when it was. He's not missed since he started taking penalties, from what I can remember. So
and considering he had that the thing against England where, you would think that would knock the stuffing out of him. You think that you'd never want to take another penalty again, but he's not thought like that. He's just gone on and said, he just picked the ball up. He picked it up very quickly. And while all the palaver was going on around it, he was just up waiting there, holding the ball ready, getting himself set. And it was a great penalty. I said, I think he probably was an 8, but I'm giving him a 9 for that penalty because, I say, there was a lot on it. A lot riding on that, and he put it away beautifully.
Yeah, no, it was a definite thorn in the side of Liverpool again today. Very much like it was in a top game, but today he got his 2 goals, so that makes a big difference. Gabriel Martinelli.
It's just
comments come out earlier in the week about Jurgen Klopp from 2018 saying, "Remember the name? This Martinelli for sure. Remember the name Martinelli, we will never forget that name. He is Arsenal's through and through. He'll be signing a new 6-year contract hopefully very soon, and he's not even started yet. So watch out, people.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets better and better every game, doesn't he? Such massive confidence in the lad. He's got magic in those boots. I was saying in a week to someone, I can't remember who it was. It was someone, can't remember now. And I was saying there ain't no old-fashioned wingers in the game anymore. There's not many of them left. You don't see any of them. Well, he's pretty similar to one, isn't he? Gets the ball, just runs at you, and and it just the defence backs off, and he gives Trent Alexander-Arnold an absolute torrid time, didn't he? And I think, did you think he got bought off because of Martinelli, or it was an injury?
I don't know. Did he come off? Did Martinelli come off? I would have only guessed because he's played every single game this season, including.
I mean, Alexander-Arnold. He come off.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%. That was not an injury. That was not an injury. They made that up. He got his. What did I post? I made a post, which is Martinelli had Trent Alexander on toast today. Absolutely on toast. All game. He was having nightmares about him. Yeah. And this could even be the game that stops Trent from going in the England team, mate, because he was ripped to shreds today. Taught a lesson. One of the best fullbacks in Europe got absolutely dominated by Gabriel Martinelli today. He didn't stand a chance. And to say that he came off because of an injury, then why was he sitting on the bench? Like, he weren't getting treatment. That was absolute nonsense, mate.
He had his hood up and he was just like sitting there.
Yeah, no, of course it was.
Awful day at the office. But he's not been the only one. Yeah, he's not been the only one who's given right backs an absolute nightmare of a game, Martinelli. Yeah. But I mean, he's something special. He's Arsenal. He's signing a new contract. What a great goal. The first goal. It was absolutely incredible the whole game. It gets a 9 for me. Absolute 9.
Yeah, 9 for Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus, I'd probably say it's one of the most bravest performances I've ever seen in my life today.
He was unreal, wasn't he? He is the type of player I love. He goes out there on that pitch and he's just, he's an 100% from the moment the whistle went. He was in that defence's faces, that pace. I mean, Virgil van Dijk, he gave an absolute nightmare of a game. He was just, they must be so frightened of him. When that ball's kicked over the top, got hurt in the process. But his whole game was absolutely excellent. His link play with Saka and Martinelli is absolutely incredible. His work rate all over the pitch. Running back. I mean, he won the ball for the first goal. When we was right, I think it was a corner to Liverpool, wasn't it? and then and Jesus got the tackle in, and then we had the quick break, and the Odegaard and Martinelli scored. But that all came from Jesus' hard work, defending. Yeah, I mean, you've just got the complete striker. He can do everything. And yeah, I mean, was it him who got the elbow in the face?
Yeah, from Tamaras, or his name is.
That was a bang on sending off. I mean, I was looking.
They did. I think even the commentary said he was lucky to have a look at that in another way, because it very much seemed like
it seemed like he swung his elbow back.
He swung arm to basically as a sort of I want to get the ball first. It weren't intentional to smash him on the jaw, but it hit him on the jaw. I thought it knocked him out because the way he went down, I was actually worried because he started running and all of a sudden he went, huh?
Yeah. Who was it, Saka or Jesus? I can't remember now, but who Zimicas done that to? Was it Jesus?
Oh no, it was Jesus. Yeah, it was Jesus.
Yeah, it was Jesus.
Saka went down first, and Jesus had to get out of the way of Saka because otherwise he would have trampled on his head. And then that Samaras come in with the elbow to sort of move him out of the way, and he's caught him on the jaw. And I thought we knocked him out. I was like, oh no. Because if he gets knocked out, he's got to come off. Yeah.
No, but I think what teams are trying to do, Kit, and I think just teams have got to give up, because Arsenal have got no soft underbelly now anymore. And I'm if there's any fans from other clubs out there, just your teams should just not do it anymore. Because if you're going to elbow one of our teams in the face, if you're going to go and hit us hard, you're going to get it back. We'll go up the other end. Them days are well and truly gone. You've got players like, you're going to elbow Jesus. You ain't going to think, oh, I got a rough time today. No way. We've got South Americans up front, boy. They're going to come out and hit you even harder than you hit us. So,
but the mentality of the team in general is that it's when we score, we cheer and celebrate together. You've even got to the point where Ramsdale's running up and celebrating with the players. When someone goes down and gets injured or gets fouled by a player, everyone's around. Everyone. It's like, don't touch our player. Don't touch that. I'm shouting at the TV at the third or fourth official saying, get your hands off of my manager. Like, this is it's not just on the pitch. It's not just in the stadiums. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, mate. It is everywhere.
Yeah, it's through the telly. They're giving this fire about to us Arsenal fans. There's a new breed of Arsenal fan now at the Emirates, and I've always, when I've gone, the Arsenal fans at Highbury and early Emirates were absolutely on it. We went to this stage where I was getting a little bit, disappointed in our fans, but now, I can sit back and be proud of them again, and because it's. Yeah, I mean, it's just so good, isn't it? I mean, it's just, what we don't want to say where we're going to be or where we're going to end up. We're 14 points in front of Liverpool now, but what I think we're getting, and they've got Man City next week.
yes, but what I think where us Arsenal fans are doing is enjoying the journey. We're not in this nonsense about. At this point, by this point, people need to go. Everyone's enjoying it. Everyone wants to watch every game. Everyone wants to go to the stadium now. You're seeing Carabao Cup games sold out, and the ground's absolutely rocking. You're getting a younger fan base going now. There's got a whole new, different kind of mentality when it comes to cheering on the team. It's not a case of we can see the goal, it's booing because we think that booing will give them a kick up the backside. No. It's counterproductive. Players have openly come out and said, booing does not help us. We don't come off the pitch when we're booed at and think, cool, we need to come out in the second half and make them happy. They don't think that. Like that's people's egos that think that players will think of a boo as some sort of encouragement. When we concede the goal, exactly, when we concede the goal, and we cheered just as loud as if we'd scored a goal, that gave the players a rush to go, do you know what? they're behind us. Let's put it in. Let's put it even more. When Saliba scored his own goal, he said, "I've never heard anything like it." When Saliba scored his own goal, the response that the crowd gave him, it gave him a lift. Like, people need to understand that human element. Like, understand it, and it's working. It's massively working. So, no, Gabriel Jesus,
8. Right, give him an 8. Excellent.
All right. Who came on next week? Kieran Tini. I think Kieran Tini come on next.
I thought he done really well when he come on. I thought he was a top substitution performance when he come on. Thought he was excellent again. He's done that a few times now when he's come on as a sub. He probably was a little bit disappointed that he wasn't starting, maybe, especially with Tomiyasu. But I mean, on that as well. I mean, what a player Tomiyasu. I know I keep going on about it, but he's a right back, a centre back, a left back.
This
guy can do anything.
And has anyone heard him moan? Has anyone heard him
just get on with it?
Digging that he's not been in the team, that he's not playing, that Ben White's, there's no murmurs, nothing like that? No, mate. No. This team ethos right now is absolutely impeccable. This is why Arteta had to get rid of the other people, because people may have thought that they can do a job on the pitch, but what about off the pitch? Because you're only on the pitch for an hour and a half each week to 3 hours max. The rest of the time you're in the changing rooms, in each other's company, and that's when you need to get on. That's the most important time. That's where you're doing the building to get on the pitch. So you've got to make sure that everyone's singing off the same hymn sheet. Otherwise, there's problems. That's why the Guendouzi's had to go, the Ozils had to go. And then the people that we may not know about, the Bamiyangs, the Mustafis, what's his name? Papalapadopoulos. They've all got to go because it's just not. It's just not birds of a feather. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not. They're just not playing ball. So they had to go, and all the better we are for it.
You never win. You never win a football match with 11 players, do you? No one's ever won the league with 11 players. So. It's but anyway, back to Kieran Tierney. Again, excellent. I thought he was fantastic. Great attitude from the boy. Worried about him last season before, what kind of impacts he was going to make at Arsenal, but I'm liking his attitude now. I think it's good that he's doing subs appearances because, maybe it's helping him with his injury and not throwing him in straight away. And luckily, we've got so many players now at the back who can play in different positions, which I think will help Tierney in the long run. And I'm sure at some point he'll be starting. He'll get a run of games because he's an excellent player.
Yeah, and we've got a busy run. We've got a busy run coming up this month.
I think he'll play in the week
as well. He probably will play in the week. And look, when he is playing, he's playing well at the moment. He's playing really well. Like there's conversations to be had. It's not. Because it's not a case of, Zinchenko's much better. It's a case of, defensively, what we're going to go for. Do we want a Tomiyasu? Do we want a Kieran Tierney? Are we looking to be more attacking plus the defensive side? Do we just want an out-and-out solid defence with Tomiyasu? Or are we looking for someone who's going to break away and add the extra option in midfield with Zinchenko? Like I think it's excellent what we're doing right now. And if you can keep everyone happy by giving them optimum game times and we keep winning, it's just going to work. Kieran Tierney is a player. Kieran Tierney is a player who has openly said that at Celtic, he got injured. And when he came back, there was a player in his spot and he just said he weren't having it. So he knuckled down. He won his spot back and he became a better player. And that is what he'd be doing now. He'd be looking at Zinchenko and thinking, what can I work on? Okay, I can work on that. But what I can work on that I know I'm good at, I can definitely work on my defensive side better. I can work on my crossing. So those two outputs, I can be better. And then we'll talk about maybe drifting in midfield. But right now, I know as a player that I am, I can be better defensively and I can be better with my accuracy on my crossing. And already we've seen 2 assists, one from a shot. He's had 2 shots, one at the crossbar, one at the post the other day, which he ended up getting assists for. So something's happening with Kieran as well. He's not sitting there waiting for his
No.
opportunity. He's trying to earn his opportunity, which I really like. I mean,
that. you won't find three better left backs as a group in Europe.
No,
You know, you might find one who's better, but if you try and find three, I just quickly. Who we got Tommy Ashu, we got Zinchenko, we got Tierney. Who would you say out of all of them? Would you say is the best all-round player as a left back? Who would be your if he was playing in a cup final? You're saying right, I'm going to play him. It's very how would you like?
See, the thing is that
I know who I would pick.
For me, that's a different question. Like it's not even a case of in a cup final, because in the cup final, still for me with that, it would depend who we're playing. But if we're I think all round, I'd probably say Kieran Tierney, like all round. But that doesn't mean that I'm starting with Kieran Tierney. Off the what I've seen so far this season, I'm probably starting with Zinchenko because I like the way we play with Zinchenko. But
yeah,
I mean that says probably more for how again it says probably more for how Zinchenko's played this season as well. Because Kieran Tierney, I think, has been brilliant. He stepped up. He came in shaky at first, but he was out for 2 or 3 months. Only took him a couple of games to get back into it, and since then he's not looked back. And I think he's been outstanding when he's come in, when he's come off the bench. Yeah, no, it'd be players like Kieran Tierney's. It'd be players like Kieran Tierney, and a lot of the unsung heroes. But throw Ben White into that. That at the end of the season, if we do something this season, it'll be that they will have a big say in it. The ones that people keep seeming to ignore. What score should you give Tierney?
6. I give Tierney a 6.
Okay, Kieran Tierney.
Only because he wasn't on long.
I think it's Eddie Nketiah and Fabio Vieira. Vieira went on long. Eddie Nketiah.
I didn't think he was on long enough either. So 5s, both 5s.
5s, both for them. And man of the moment, Mikel Arteta.
I mean, excellent. I mean, he must have that team. So he's had that tune. He's getting such a good tune out of those players. I mean, when have you ever seen? Firstly, Liverpool just back off and play the way where they have to hit you on the break. That's not Liverpool. Liverpool play even the season, even this season, they still play on the front foot, and then they've got caught on the break. Today they was just like sitting back. They was just playing is totally different. I mean, and another thing, when have you ever seen Liverpool make those type of substitutions, like bringing Salah off and bringing Jota off and bringing players like Harvey Elliott on?
Salah, non-existent today.
Wasn't even there, was he? Didn't do anything.
Non-existent today.
And that was all down for me to Arteta's the way he set up the team for the game. It all went a little bit thingy in the first half, but he got them in. We got the goal. The goal went against the run of play, but again, like I've said all season, it just don't seem to bother us if someone scores against us. We just wipe it off. The crowd straight away. They lift it. You can hear them singing or cheering and clapping, saying "Come on," and they act. They react to it. But there you go. For me, another great managing performance from Mikel. Just for that little. No, I'm going to give him a 10. It's Liverpool, with 14 points clear now. Another great managing performance by Mikel Arteta.
Okay, so we'll be talking about this Tuesday. We spoke about it, or I touched on it last Tuesday about if we beat Liverpool. The question comes up again. Arsenal, surely they have to look to go unbeaten up until the World Cup now. Beat Liverpool. The next run of games we'll speak about on Tuesday, but the next run of games, I think we've got Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Watford. There's some teams in there that are definitely winnable. Not Watford. There's some definitely. I think pretty much let's just quickly have a look at the games coming up. Man City's been postponed, so it's PSV, Southampton, PSV, Nottingham Forest, Zurich, Chelsea away, Brighton at home, Wolves away, and then it's the break. Then it's the World Cup. So for me, they're all games that you should win. Chelsea away from home is going to be a tough one, but in the form we're in, there's no reason why we can't look to that to try and get 3 points. We have done the last 3 or 4 times, and that's Graham Potter. I know he's one that tactically it's going to be a very tough game for Mikel Arteta, but he's only getting to know that team just now. So it's another good opportunity to try and get 3 points against another top team, a team that's going to be in and around our top 4 as well. So, yeah, for me, Arsenal need to be looking to get 3 points game by game until that World Cup. And then once that happens, we'll have a different conversation after the World Cup. But it will be that conversation that I won't speak of until after the World Cup. All right. Thank you, everyone who has joined us today. Comment section is absolutely buzzing. Johnny, thank you very much. Thank you very much to see you, Nick. Stephen, good to see you. Piyush, good to see you. Press that subscribe button. I see you now. I saw you on Twitter just before. Thank you for coming to join us as well. Oh yeah, and appreciate you throwing our name about in that little Twitter feed there as well. So appreciate that. Thank you very much. Everyone else who is new to the show, press that like and subscribe button. If you are a regular, press that share button. Go and follow us on the Arsenal show as well. Make sure you come and join us on Tuesday, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. for the rundown of everything Arsenal, basically, for the Arsenal show. Where you can have your say, come and jump in the comment section. We'll read out your comments. We'll have a little conversation. We'll have a little to and fro with you as well. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Steve.
Pleasure as always, mate. Pleasure as always.
All right. Peace out, people. Come on, Arsenal. 3-2 Liverpool. This ain't it, people. We're coming for you. And I tell you what I said before, I'm going to be relentless. I'm going to be an absolute nuisance to you all. You are going to hate Arsenal even more than you do now because I see all your comments. I'm just sitting there. It's all burning me up inside. I see your comments. You still don't rate us, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love that you don't rate us because you're going to look like fools. All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands. Come on.